to address that. But how did you get into this?
I think it was at the time where I wanted to remove myself from the whole
Lengi and Ozo
situation, and I had just removed myself. And things had been going with T-Badge, I think. So there was just me, and then there was bites. There was bites, and I think it started with fighting, nails, paint my toes. I don't know.
Who was painting those toes?
I was painting someone's toes, and he came and he was like, "Oh, paint my toes."
Was that something like that? I don't remember any of this.
And we started playing games, and I got comfortable with him.
Okay. Were you laughing like Batoni as well?
Was that?
Were you laughing like Batoni as well?
Oh no, I get coconut head, so no. And oh well, and then times where Prince would ask me what's going on, I'm like, I'm just there, literally, because that's actually me. I'm actually just there. And I love what she said. Wow, you have to change the sheets. What did it look like? Okay, just say. After the house, I'm like, no, that wasn't going to happen, obviously. That happened.
What happened?
I like that show. Yes, that happened. What she said happened.
Okay.
I gave him a. And.
I'm sorry.
Sorry. I did mention to my friend at that time. And after, I think something happened.
Okay, you told him about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did. And something happened because the next morning, and that's why I felt like he was a. And the next morning, I left his bed, and the next morning, he didn't even check up on me. I'm like, I sucked your. I like this energy. So what are you on about? And I'm like, okay, this guy is not. He's not even what he says he is. And I'm like, oh, Watoni, when I told you we barely spoke, we actually barely spoke. Because when I laid on his bed, and I think I slept off before he even came back. And when he came back, that happened. I stood up from his bed and I went to my bed because I wasn't comfortable. Because I didn't feel like in place. And I went to my bed. And the next morning, after him being bright, he literally walked past me.
Vanish.
And I'm like, I am mad as well. So I'm not going to have it. And I'm like, that's why I told you, because we barely even said anything to each other, to be honest. And I wasn't even lying about that. And after then, I moved on, and then I told Prince that I'm not even sure, after that happened, I'm not even sure that I'm feeling this guy like that. I think it's just infatuation. I think it's just a thing of the moment. And then, after I had that conversation, it ended there. And he's here. From that day till now, I ain't never seen you before.
When you came out, because on the finale, you also mentioned his name on stage.
Oh, that was me avoiding the Prince Ptolemy Nengi situation. To be honest, that was me not trying to, and I told him about it. That was me not trying to put myself in that situation because they have been out, like they were out before me.
Yeah.
Because in my head, when I stepped down from that stage, I'm like, oh, they fixed their issues. Yeah. They're back together. So I looked at him. I'm like, because during the final week, I remember that they all kept asking me, so tell us, who do you like, who do you like, who do you like? I was, exactly, and I think Nengi was like, it's Prince, I know it's Prince.
I was really surprised. Yeah, I didn't say right, so.
I had to say that just to not be the one.
Prince you were going to say?
Of course it was Prince I was going to say.
So Brighto was like the decoy. So you used him as well?
I don't want to be a bad person. I don't want people. I don't want to be a bad person. I feel like you were very cold in the house. Maybe if you weren't the kind of person you were, maybe I would have liked you and tried to make an advance. But you were so cold. I felt like you were a vampire. To be honest, and I'm not trying to talk you down. I felt like you were so cold. And because I can be cold as well, you were deep. You were so deep. I'm coming out of the house and hearing that you were telling people to apply pressure. And it was almost like you were very cunning, because you will literally sit at the dining and I will not even see you having that kind of conversation with people. And I felt bad for you, to be honest.
Did you feel bad about how you were treated?
Oh no, I didn't, because I literally texted from the group chat.
Yeah.
I excused myself. I didn't.
You want to say something before we get the
And
price?
that's it.
So, what really hurt me and what really got her big was because it looked like she said one thing, right said another thing. That's all.
And you can
that was
imagine the kind of
But you said
situation
that
I was in as well.
You've mentioned that before.
like, yeah. So now what me off was you having a conversation with me, and you guys going on and on about me being so pushy about the situation.
Who first?
When,
Who brought it
let me
up?
finish. When
Okay.
I can't remember. I think it's the
Okay, I'm just
when,
checking.
yeah,
Because I
and
remember
the con,
vividly.
Loki, you kind of went on and on. I don't know if you were so interested about how I was laughing about
Because
life.
in as
I was
much as I
thinking
knew
about
that you guys had this friendship where you would
let me
always
just
laugh.
finish and that's it.
Okay, cool.
So now, what now really hurts me? So I wasn't the one that Lekon should have said those things about Lekon. I was actually hurt.
First, I did this DJ thing.
Yes, new problem. It's new, man.
So I asked her, she said, we barely spoke. And
Because
she said,
we barely spoke.
Exactly, because we spoke about that. She went to his bed, she barely spoke, and she came back to her bed. But honestly, he says, no, you laugh. He says, yes, you laugh. He said, and he was always cold. I saw the way he was always acting when
You don't need to laugh at me.
Even if you don't say
No, because I told you, and that was just what that was the vibe I got. So I'm actually sorry that you thought I should have put into consideration that she said DJ, toilet.
Which one?
I didn't know about that. I'm surprised that.
You want to say something? Okay, then.
But I'm actually sorry though.
So, I stayed in the house with just two, and I washed my hands outside the house. I never saw Dorothy and Prince being an acting ever in my life. Yeah, they had this connection of this, their attitude and their character and their porn, whatever. But I never saw them as an item, and up to this moment, I still, wait. Then at the finale, Brighto happened.
So up to the finale, you didn't even know there was a Brighto situation
No,
with her.
no, I never did. Then I was just there looking at my girl, and they were like, if you had to choose a man, who would you choose? And
Yeah,
she
right.
said, Brighto. Oh, I was like, what's going on here? And this whole whatever now that what Tony just said, I am so shook. I am proud. Oh my God, yeah,
Like, I'm proud.
I'm all of that. Yeah.
Listen, tell us how proud you are. Because
Oh, I'm very shocked.
first of all,
Don't get me wrong,
let me
I'm very
finish.
shocked.
Because first of all, I mean, like I said, there was sort of a friendship here. First of all, were you surprised by this happening? Were you surprised by the triangle? And what did you know about it?
Zero clue. All I knew was what she told me there. I didn't know that happened until it was mentioned earlier. I was actually quite sure. I thought it was maybe just bats. And then she confirmed it.
Yeah.
So, but but what she owned it. I mean, I'm anybody that does something and they can own up to it. I can say in front of the person, you get my vote.
Was I supposed to lie?
No, some people would have.
No, she came and I remember the first, before the break, she came at me with it. And I'm like,
My person will own it.
no, I wasn't going to deny it anyway. So I wasn't like, I knew, funny enough, with the way you've been tweeting, because you even mentioned, was it that mentioned Twitter fingers? I knew you were going to come to 31st.
I'm not about this song. I asked.
Don't say that, my dear. You are. Haven't you said, let's wait for reunion? This was what you wanted to bring to the reunion.
No. Are you the only one I'm attacking?
Okay, I'm saying, okay, it's one of the things. So I mean, I wasn't going to deny it's not a good dark day. I did it happen in the house, it stayed in the house.
The BBNaija. Where was he? He's character.
Right though.
So the thing is,
You can.
before we go there, I just want to make an appeal. for Brido to speak up. Because this common ring, I used to murmur every time. Explain, because so much needs to be explained.
Coming into the house, I had no intention going into any relationship. That's just it. Because when we walk into the house, they were actually want girls and guys. That's not my thing. And I think talking about asked me, I told her, I have no interest in any girl in this house. And that's the truth. So when I saw what really coming, I don't have to chase her, I don't have to like be rude to her. I need to like talk to her. She understands, you gist and we talk about what.
So was she the first to come to you?
No, she wasn't the first to. I wasn't trying to use anybody. And also let me make something clear, I'm not a bad. I have a dad, though he's late, but I'm not.
I apologize, sorry.
I can't insult anyone on life relation or use any derogatory terms on anyone. It's a matter of fact. So, what told me, you're right. I was in the middle of the whole thing, but I tried as much as possible to strike a balance. So I don't have to hurt either what me or dollars. Anyhow, you're asking me, okay, like, what do you think? Where is it going to? Do you understand? I'm like, just calm down. Yeah, just calm down. Be calming down. I saw it online.
No,
Do you understand? Yeah, of course. So I don't need to like be pushing you or start giving you attitude, seeing what has been going on. It doesn't make sense.
So did you like her?
Like, of course I like her.
Did you like her enough to? So she says she used you, but did you do enough to say? Because I hear you say, oh, you were trying to be nice, not to offend anyone, but that's also leading her on. Were you leading her on a purpose?
No, not on purpose. It was actually clear. Even in line,
What was clear that you didn't like her?
that I wasn't. I don't have plans of having a relationship or going that deep.
So did you ever tell her that?
She asked me the first time, the second time,
And what did you say?
the third time. That I said, well, what we are going to go into. That's what you asked me. That's what you asked me. I thought it's obvious now. I didn't give her a definite answer. Because I don't want to say anything that would actually hurt her or hurt anybody. You understand? It might not be what we call it might be someone else, and I will still react the same way. Do you understand? Because I don't have any intention of going to a relationship, and that's just it.
Did you like her?
Of course, I like Dorothy. I like her, but not in that way.